Good afternoon, dear boys and girls. I hope you are all fine, and I believe that the online classes are very useful to you all. Today we are going to study Unit 3, Prose, Empowered Woman Navigating the World. In this lesson, the women have achieved that all alone the women have navigated the world. Empowered means woman can do all things. That's why they said empowered woman. Navigating means sea traveling. They went in the sailboat all around the world. So this is why the title is Empowered Woman Navigating the World. Before we go into the lesson, just I want to tell the synopsis of the lesson. This lesson is an interview. This lesson is an interview, dear student. This lesson is an interview with the 6 members of all-woman Indian Navy crew. Under the captaincy of Vartika Joshi, the crew has sailed around the earth for 254 days. They tell about their experience in the voyage. Voyage means sea traveling. The aim of the voyage, the aim of traveling, selection of members, how they have selected for this voyage, their training course, what are the training that they have undergone to include themselves in the voyage, the challenges, what are the challenges that they have faced during their voyage, and how did they enjoyed their enjoyment, their pastime, how did they pass the times. Their cooking and their successful return to Goa are discussed in this interview. They have practically proved that the empowered woman can achieve anything if they are provided the opportunity. Dear students, let's read the lesson line by line and understand the meaning of the lesson. Gone are the days where women in India remained indoors unless permitted to go out with an escort. What the lines tells is, gone are the days where women in India remained indoors unless permitted to go out with an escort. See, in those days in India, women are not allowed to go outside. Only they kept inside. So indoor means inside the house. Only they will send with some guardian, escort. Understand? Only with escort they used to send, and the girls are not permitted all alone to go out. This is what they are saying. Conditions today have changed, but in those days it was like that, but conditions today have changed, but today the condition is changed. Thanks to all those women who have fought for their freedom and set a very good example for others. See, the women have fought for their freedom. They wanted to achieve many things in the society. So the women have fought for their freedom. So through that freedom, today all the women are coming out of house all alone, and they are trying to achieve, and they wanted to be role model to the others. That's what they are saying. And also this modern women is to thank for the women who have fought for their freedom. So, and also they set a very good example for others. The real power of women, though realized earlier, in the earlier itself, the real power of women as earlier they have realized, but is currently being projected to the world by the advancement of technology and media. But nowadays, through the advancement of technology and also media, through these kind of media and advancement of technology, that women also have potential to do all kinds of work. Women occupy almost all the major position in society. In today, women entered in all the fields. They occupied all the major positions. Currently, women's accomplishment are tremendous. It's like a tremendous in many fields. One such achievement is all-woman Indian Navy crew who circumnavigated. Circumnavigated means they traveled around the world for 254 days. See, this is really a great achievement. All women Indian Navy crew. Crew means a group of people who circumnavigated the world for 254 days. They have all around the world. They have traveled all alone in a sailboat called INSV Tarini. This is really a great achievement of a woman. What is INSV Tarini? INSV stands for Indian Naval Ship Vessel. INSV stands for Indian Naval Ship Vessel. Tara Tarini is the patron deity for sailors, that's like a god, and is worshipped for safety and success at sea. Whenever they go into the sea, so they worship that Tara Tarini, the patron deity for sailors. INSV Tarini is the second sailboat of the Indian Navy. INSV Tarini is the second sailboat of the Indian Navy, the first being the INSV Madhei. It is a 55-foot sailing vessel built indigenously. That means within our country, in India itself, it built by MS Aquarius Shipyard Private Limited, located in India, in Goa. After undergoing extensive sea trials, going for trials, she was commissioned to the Indian Naval Service on 18 February 2017. They have offered to the Indian Navy service. The boat was named after the famous Tara Tarini temple in Ganjam district of Odisha. That also got name from the Ganjam district of Odisha, that there is a temple Tara Tarini. So that temple name have kept name as the boat. The word Tarini means boat, and in Sanskrit it means savior. INSV Tarini has advanced Ramaran navigation suite and an array of satellite communication system for perfect navigation anywhere in the world. INSV has all the technology advancement, satellite communications and Ramaran navigations and everything. It was an advanced ship. Navika Sagar Parikrama was a project undertaken in consonance with the national policy to empower women to attain their full potential. This is one project. The main project is to empower women to attain their full potential. The project is considered essential towards promoting ocean sailing. The project is considered essential towards promoting ocean sailing activities in the Navy while depicting Government of India's thrust for Nari Shakti, that means women power, said Chief the Naval Staff Admiral Sunil Lamba in his welcome speech. The voyage was aimed to show case make in India initiative by sailing on board indigenously built INSV Tarini. The special features of the sailboat is that it encouraged use of environment-friendly, non-conventional renewable energy resources such as the winds, collected and updated meteorological ocean and wave data on a regular basis for accurate weather forecast by India Meteorological Department, IMD, India Meteorological Department, and also collected data for monitoring marine pollution or high seas. For these are the purpose that they have they underwent this kind of voyage. Indian Navy's 6 women crew. Indian Navy's 6 women crew. Crew means a group of people. 6 women crew. Indian Navy's all-women crew was the first ever to circumnavigate the globe skippered. Skippered means the captain. These are the 6 women who circumnavigated means they traveled the globe, the world, under the skippered means captain by Lieutenant Commander Vartika Joshi is the captain. The all-women team has also Lieutenant Commander Pratibha Jamwal, Lieutenant Commander Swati Patrapalli, Lieutenant Aishwarya Podapatti, Lieutenant Sharja Vijaya Devi, and Lieutenant Payal Gupta as its crew members. So these are the women that Vartika Joshi is the commander, captain, lieutenant commander, as well as she is the captain. She is the one who led the crew during this voyage. The crew started their voyage on 10 September 2017 from Goa. They started their voyage on 10 September 2017 at the Goa port. Flagged up by the Defence Minister of India, Defence Minister came and he showed the flag and he started. It was the historic day which would be marked in navigation history and globally. It covered the expedition. Expedition means traveling, sea traveling, such a kind of researchable purpose traveling. In 5 legs with stops over at 4 ports: Fremantle, Australia; Lyttelton, New Zealand; Port Stanley, the Falklands, and Cape Town, South Africa, for replenishment of ration. Ration means food items, to replenishment, to fill and repair as necessary. For any kind of repair they went. Before returning to Goa in April 2018, they went around the globe. They started on September 2017 and they returned to Goa in April 2018. They went around the globe, that means all over the world, 2,500 days, and reached Goa port on 21 May 2018. The 6 members women crew broke many story types during their record-setting sail. Do you know the first Indian solo circumnavigation was undertaken by Captain Dilip Tande, SC, retired. He is the one who went this kind of expeditions, voyage, all alone, solo performance. August 19, 2009 to May 19, 2010 on board another India-built vessel, INSV Madey. The first Indian non-stop solo circumnavigation was undertaken by Commander Abhilash Tommy, KC, from November 1, 2012 to March 31 and 2013. An interview with the crew members. So, dear student, I told you this lesson is an interview. Now, an interview have come and he starts his interview with the Indian Navy's 6 women crew. Understand? So the interview starts. India's all-women Navy crew, who went around the world in 254 days, have shared their experience about their great voyage in an interview. Through this interview, they have shared their experience about the great voyage in this interview. Through their personal experience, we really come to know their hardships, what are the troubles that they have undergone, and unpredictable challenges. What are the challenges that they have faced? They have faced all through their expeditions, through their traveling. So interviewer asks questions and he interacts. So he asks the questions. How well were you acquainted with this sailboat before you took up the task? Vartika Joshi, she is the captain, she is started to answer. None of us was acquainted with the sailboat or ocean going boat. What the interviewer asks is, do you have have you ever traveled in the sailboat? Then Vartika Joshi says, none of us was acquainted with the sailboat or ocean going boat. None of us had sailed before. We didn't sailed before. nor are women officers allowed entry in compact platform. We not even into the platforms as yet. At first, it was difficult to take the boat out to sea from one point to another, but we slowly built upon it through 3 years of training. So we didn't have any personal, experience, but after getting ourselves 3 years training, so we also learnt how to sail the boat. This is what Vartika Shoshi says. Then the interviewer asked another question. Can you tell us about the training you had undergone before this expedition? So interviewer asked what kind of course that you have undergone for these expeditions. Vartika Joshi is answering. We started with some theoretical courses on navigations. They started some theoretical courses on navigation, communication, and weather prediction. Classrooms courses are different from the sailing outside. So we were given hands-on trainings like how to repair things and how to deal with the emergencies when the weather gets rough, if there is a medical emergency, and training was needed in tactical aspects as well. So they also, their classroom training is different, and the personally they should have a medical emergency, and also teamwork spirit, and they should know how to repair things, and these are the course that they have studied. And Aishwarya, the one of the crew member, she is also trying to answer that question. We underwent our basic sail training course in Mumbai at the Indian Naval Watermanship Training Center, INWTC. So there only they underwent that basic course. And at various schools in the Southern Naval Base in Kochi, we even sailed on INSP Madhi to Mauritius in 2016 and 17, and back, and also to Cape Town in December 2016. So while they were there, they sailed INSB Madhi to Mauritius. We were trained for almost 3 years to prepare for the voyage. They have personally trained themselves for this voyage 3 years. Since the boat was old, it had minor leaks and repairs. Also, we ran out of water and food soon, so the trip was tutorial for us on how to manage food, water, and even electricity during the big voyage. So in that boat there is a leak, and water problem and food problem, they managed, and they learned what to do when the short of food and water and electricity goes, and what are the things that they should learn. So all the things they have learned in that trip. Then the interviewer, what was the selection process? The interviewer asked what kind of a selection process, how do you selected? Then Aishwarya says, out of 30 women who had applied, 6 of us were shortlisted. So 30 people have applied, and out of 30, 6 were shortlisted. Based on the little survival skills, they have taken the survival skills we showcased. The crew was mentored by Commander Dilip Tande, but after I was told about the flare-ups at sea, I even had second thoughts about joining the team. Then interviewer asked, how did your family members react when you told them about these expeditions? So he is asking, when you said that this kind of expedition to your families, how they reacted. Then Varshika Joshi is answers, our families did have a hard time, but that was because most of them had never even seen the sea. 4 of us are from the mountains. The first time my parents saw the ocean was when I invited them to visit. But once they saw that we are doing well and looking after ourselves, they were quite supportive. They were apprehensive and supportive too. So Vartika Joshi tells that in their family they didn't even sailed, or they have not yet seen the sea. But after when she went there to study, so that time she called their family members. They have came and saw. Then they started supported Vartika Joshi to include. Undergo this kind of expeditions. Then the interviewer asked, "What were your aims and how did you work to achieve them?" Vartika Joshi answers, "I wanted to make sure that I complete this journey with the ultimate honesty." The interviewer asked, "What were your aims and how did you work to achieve them?" Then Vartika Joshi tells that, "I complete this journey with the ultimate honesty. I didn't set out for a destination. It was the journey that mattered to me the most. So my contention was to make sure that we go by the rules of circummunication, which say that you don't have to use only auxiliary means of repulsion and you don't have to take anybody else's assistance." I grasp that completely. So she tells that when I started, they already told that they should they should be honest in the voyage. They should not to take any auxiliary means, some servant, some assistants, like that. They should go all alone with the honesty. So she says that she remained to be honest till the end of the circumnavigations. Then interviewer, name that one quality of yours that enabled you to complete this expedition successfully. Interviewer asked, tell that one quality that helped you to complete this expedition successfully. Then Vartika Joshi tells that whenever the winds dropped, it wouldn't have taken me even a fraction of a second to switch on the engine and say, let's go 1 mile again. See, one dear student, here think about this boat is not engine boat, okay? Though it is engine boat, they are supposed to travel through that wind. Understand? Wind. This is a sailboat. They have, see, look at the picture. Through that wind, the boat will sail, not engine. So whenever the wind goes off, they start engine. They wanted to go for a mile, but they want to be honest. They should not to start engine and go. This is through the wind only they should travel. So they remained honest, but inside, see, they said that they wanted to be honest with yourself and this expedition has to be done with honesty. Then she tells that we did it with honest. I am glad that we were able to finish it successfully without the use of the engine at all. So they didn't use that engine. They remained honest. Then interviewer asked another question. As the head of the crew, how did you involve the team? She asked that you are the head of, that means you are the captain of the crew. How did you manage your crew, your group of people? Then Vartika Joshi tells that we have all sailed and trained same amount. She says that we all have same kind of experiences and everybody has their own way of dealing with the situation, but that was a good thing because we could discuss different ways of solving a problem and choose the best one. In fact, I would say it was easier for us to collaborate and work together. She tells that all has different kind of ideas and we analyze and we discuss and we choose the best ideas. Then Payal Gupta is answering, she is also trying to answer to this question. When you are out at sea, teamwork is the most important in the middle of the crisis. Payal Gupta says about the importance of teamwork. Even during the storm, when 3 people would be out on watch, they should be like a guardian, I mean a guard, night guard. The other 3 would be inside, wouldn't be able to rest. The other 3 people, they won't take rest inside. Somebody would heat the water and the other person would heat the clothes because it was raining also. So team effort actually helped in navigating through the 20 hours long storm. See, this is a very crucial time, 20 hours storm, but through the teamwork they have succeeded. I feel that if I had been alone, then it would have been a nightmare. She tells that if I would have gone alone, she tells that it is like a nightmare daydream to deal. She tells that that would be a difficult without teamwork. She trying to say that only to deal with the challenges that the she throws at you. So, what are the challenges that the she throws at them through the teamwork, the team working spirit? They have succeed. That's what Payal Gupta and Vartika Joshi trying to say. And interviewer, share your experience about the most challenging task while sailing. They are asking that what are the most challenging work tasks that you have faced during the expedition. Vartika Joshi, the sea can get really tough when the winds are picking up. See, those are the times we have to be active and needed to anticipate what could be there ahead. In South Pacific, when we encountered a storm where the seas were almost 9 to 10 meter high. See, think about dear boys and girls, the sea saw were almost 9 to 10 meters high, and the winds were picking up to 60 to 70 knots. That's the measurement of sea waves. A unit of speed equal to 1 nautical mile per hour, exactly 1.852 kilometer per hour, which is about to hurricane. This is like a hurricane. You know the force of hurricane, forces of the wind on land. It is normal on sea, where there is hardly and any land mass to stop the winds. It was also a blissful experience when something broken down, and after a lot of hard work and effort, we were able to fix it together. We will remember these incidents as well as because it gave us the strength to move, and if something went bad, we were able to overcome those challenges. Interviewer, how adventurous was your trip? Vartika Joshi, when we were crossing the Tasman Sea, we witnessed the brilliant southern lights from sea. It was rare to watch that in those months, that too from sea. We were absolutely awestruck. They were shocking as we were not expecting it to see the entire sky lit up in the green light. There was bioluminescence, dolphins swimming in the wake of the boat, like our neighbors, and variety of sea creatures. We spotted a dead sperm whale once, and we thought it was an island from a distance. It was so huge. We are not a specialist, so whenever we spotted something in the sea, we had to Google it to learn more about the species. What Vartika Joshi is trying to say is, she have seen the creatures bioluminescence, the light, green color light, and many living creatures and dolphins and whale, huge big size whales. So and also she tells that we are not expected, so what are the things that they have seen, so she googled it to learn more about the species. Interviewer, how did your crew spend time deep in the sea? So how did you spend your time? Then Swati P, during circumnavigation we picked up some hobbies and kept posting pictures of delicious like golkapas and cakes. Golkapa means pani puri, cakes, you know. We also read books when the weather was pleasant and did some quilling and craft work while team leader Joshi reads comics and the Ramayana during her journey. I loved cooking as well as so I indulged in baking. I also liked crafting a lot, so I used to make lampshades. I love it when people appreciate the food that I cook. So I gave my crew members the best dishes that was possible on land with the limited resources that we had on the boat. Swati P is trying to say that how did they spend their times? It's like their hobbies. They read the books and they posted some pictures like a pani puri and cakes. They and also they read the books and comics and craft work. So she also cooked good food to the team, So this is how they spend their times in the sailboat. Vartika Joshi. 6 is a great number. We were always entertained. We watched movies, listened to music, and you won't believe some of the goodies the crew rustled up in our tiny pantry. Even while sailing in rough seas, we made parathas. Parathas means borota. We called it borota in Tamil. Paratha means in Hindi borota. Baked cakes and breads and even made halwa and rasagula. So these are the items they have made in their pantry, means kitchen, small kitchen. We celebrated festivals at sea. When we think about it now on land, we remember they have celebrated Diwali. We spent at sea. We celebrated 3 birthdays, including the first birthday of the boat. Also, specific oceans like crossing the equator, the international date line, and such. So, they really enjoyed in their expeditions. Interviewer, what motivated you to fulfill the country's expectations? Swati P is trying to answer. We knew that the entire country was watching us and praying for us, so we never wanted them to have a single day thinking that we are not in trouble. We knew that it is going to happen, but people out there did not know what kind of challenges we are facing. So one of the motivates that we kept in mind was we did not want to be frighten them. We decided that once the circumnavigating was over, we are going to show that we have actually gone through. So Swati is trying to say we had come across many problems, but we don't want to say it out. We don't want to frighten them. So we wanted to finish our circumnavigations. That was their. That's motivated them. Interview because the world people are watching them and they are praying for them to fulfill or make success of their expeditions. So for that motivated them to finish their expedition successfully. Interviewer asks the last question. As a woman, how would you consider this expeditions? Vartika Joshi. It is a matter of great honor, and we couldn't have imagined anything better for our cast of. Of course, we being an all-woman team, it is a great boost to women in the country. They are example of all the women. But as we are going as sailors, and we as sailors have seen at the seas does not discriminate between genders. What she is trying to say is the seas does not discriminate the genders. That means female or male, male only dominated and female or so like that. The sea, they are trying to say that the sea is not discriminated between genders. It is always gender neutral, and we have realized that gender does not play a role in the sailing, but to boost a moral in the country and for more women to take in adventures like sailing. I feel it is great that an all woman team had been formed to undergo these expeditions. So dear students, as I said earlier, this is an interview. Indian Navy crew, 6 women who undergone this expeditions. Expeditions means that a journey or voyage made for some specific purpose, such as a war or explorations. For that purpose, they have undergone these expeditions. So women has power to do anything if the opportunity has given. So dear girls, so whenever the opportunity comes to you, you try to achieve and try to be a role model and try to be the people like Vartika Joshi, Swati, and Aishwarya. So they have women, they have achieved. So this was the lesson. Dear students, read the lesson, the textbook slowly and try to understand. And also I have given 2 mark question and paragraph question for your assignments. Kindly do that, and we will meet in the next